Suspect kills Bronx man, trips on steps while fleeing, and fatally shoots self in accidental suicide. Poetry. Oh, New York City. They were both from the Bronx, so you know that he dirty. And something something Yankees. A gunman killed a Bronx man in his home around midday Tuesday and then committed accidental suicide. That's one hell of a way to stay out of prison when he fled down the apartment building stairwell, tripped, and shot himself, police sources and relatives said. What do you think he had on his feet that made it so hard for him to put one foot in front of the other? It's like a Goofy movie meets Final Destination, the adult version of what happens when you run with scissors. A dispute between the two men boiled over at 12:30 p.m. in the 3-bedroom apartment on Reverend James A. Polite Avenue near East 163rd Street in Longwood. According to police, the 28-year-old suspect fatally shot a 32-year-old apartment resident in the head and grazed another man, 56, in the cheek on the 5th floor of the apartment building. We know he had to take the elevator because if his clumsy ass had to climb the steps, he would have shot himself way before he made it to the 5th floor. The gunman fled the scene, taking the stairs faster than his feet could keep up with them. It is New York City, so it's just giving me a size 13 Timberland vibe. Boots bigger than the steps, sources said. When the suspect got to the 3rd floor, his drooping trousers tripped him up. And according to a detective on the case, he fell with his finger still on the trigger, discharging the weapon a final time and blasting himself with a fatal bullet to the neck. I think a shot to the carotid artery might give someone just enough time to think and realize they shouldn't have killed someone. They should have kept that job or stayed in school. They should have walked their dog before they left earlier that day. And more important now, at that very moment, they should have listened after the 1,000 times of people telling them to pull their damn pants up. It was a murder/accidental suicide, a police source said. He shoots the guy, runs down the stairs, trips, and shoots himself. Bum, 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 bum. A woman who also lives in the apartment said that she got a call in the afternoon that her apartment had turned into a crime scene. My landlord called me and told me that someone had been shot, she said. It happened in my apartment. It could have been me. Absolutely. The 56-year-old victim, who declined to give his name for fear of his safety, said that he was in his room when he heard a commotion and then a gunshot. He had to force the door open because his roommate lay dead in front of it, he added. We all know the old saying, hindsight is 20/20, and you never really know what you would do in that specific situation. But something tells me he would have been better off if he just wouldn't have tried to open the door and stay as quiet as possible. He had shot the victim and he was running by me. Running means his pants were still up above his knees at that point in time. When I opened the bedroom door, the man said, he came back and shot at me. I went down. See, that's why you stay as quiet as possible. He probably didn't even know there was someone else in the house. The victim said that the gunman fled out of the apartment, leaving him with a grazed wound to the right cheek and his mortally wounded roommate. I saw blood spatter, he said. His chest was covered in blood. The victim's body was blocking the door. The fact that the shooter came back means that he knew enough that he didn't want to leave any witnesses. This could have easily been a double homicide. The witness said that he later saw the gunman dead in the lower stairwell. He was down on the steps covered in blood. He said his pants were down past his waist. You could see his ass. Is that how you really want to go out? Police did not confirm the account and are still investigating the source of the dispute that led to the violence. A resident of the building who declined to give her name said she heard 2 gunshots. I heard 2 big booms, the 37-year-old woman said. I wasn't thinking nothing of it. Firecrackers go off here all the time. How many of you think that if he knew he was going to die with his butt in the air, he would have stayed home? Dead ass really meant dead ass. Great work, BX.